What's up, guys? We're out here. It's a week until track nationals, and I've been riding the track for about 2 weeks. We're off to track nationals. This week I've done about 4 classes, something like that. But we're all certified and can't wait. So today is the actual day of the race of the track nationals, and it's here held in Carson, so right down in like my backyard. And this was prior to this, I had only ridden the track once, and we decided like 2 weeks from before today, we decided to race track nationals. So it was like very last minute, and I had to get ready really quick and get used to riding the track. And thanks to Cedric and like Rahsaan for all the mentoring, and that was just an awesome experience, getting me used to the track and just ready to race on the track. So it's just me today. Jack's in Europe, he's having a great time, and then I'm just racing 3 races: the scratch race, no, 2 scratch races, and a 1 points race for the omnium of this year's 13-14 men's. And the scratch race is like the scratch races are like a crit, so like first to the line wins, and then the points race is points like every 10 laps, try and get as many points to take the national title. So that's gonna be 40 laps, so I bet it's gonna be fast and hard, but I'm a little nervous, but we'll see how it goes. So we made it, just got off the track.
You're gonna go?
My gearing was a little too big. I had to put the 48.9 on. I had a 50. So that's just like this much smaller, but that'll make a difference. But racing like an hour and a half. So don't know what I'm gonna do, but. What's up, guys? We're gonna dive right into my first ever track race. This is the junior men 13-14 national champs. So we had a 3-race omnium. We had 2 scratch races and then 1 points race. This is the first scratch race, the 4K scratch race. So it was 16 laps, pretty much full gas from the start. It was my first ever time race against other people. I had like ridden training rides on the track when we were training for this, but other than that, first time racing. So I took it pretty safe. Our group was not too sketchy, but we don't all have brakes, so it's always gonna be a little dangerous. But this one I learned a lot. This one I really just stayed too far in the sprinter's lane, so I had nowhere to move when the sprint came. And like all the top guys, all the fast guys were right now, they're all ahead of me, so like I should be right behind the guy in the red, Matthew Crab. And like when these guys attack, it's like you have to make sure you're not pinched, or then you can't go anywhere. So that was the main thing that I learned. But other than that, this race went pretty well. I felt pretty good, but like you can see, he attacks for the sprint, and I have like pretty much nowhere to go. I'm trying to shoot gaps and chase wheels, and like when you get up to speed in 1 gear, it's really hard to pass people. It's like, how fast can your legs spin? And like I can't get around this guy until it's straight, because like I can't spin my legs any faster. But I think Michael Perez came around him for the sprint, but other than that, it went pretty good. So I'm sitting 4th for the omnium overall. And then we got the points race, and then the last race is the 1K scratch race. So this first race, I was getting a feel for racing and got 4th, so I was pretty excited for that result. First time racing on the track. But now we're gonna head into the points race. It's 40 laps, so the 16K lap scratch race. So that's gonna be fun. So right after my first race, the scratch race, the 4K, so that was good. It felt nice with everybody on the track. One guy jumped with like 2 to go, 1.5. So I was pinched, so I couldn't get out, and him and like two others just like kind of rode away, and I had to kind of scramble to get out of a couple guys. But other than that, I got fourth. I was pretty stoked. Now we have the points race, 40 laps with a couple sprints. Let's go. Okay, guys, we're gonna jump into my race number 2. This was the points race, and that just means it was a 40 laps, and we had a little sprint every 10 laps, and so it was gonna be good to be in position for the sprints. And the points, whoever has the most points at the end of the race wins the race. So it's not just the first to the line; it's the person with the most for the most points. And it was good to be in position for all these sprints. So this first one, I wasn't in great position because all the fast guys are pretty much, you just got to be in the front to win. So I wasn't in position. I kind of got blocked. I couldn't really move anywhere, so that kind of sucked. But I didn't really contest. I could see like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna get this. I think Michael Perez got the first sprint, but while they were all going hard, going full gas, I had a little plan to to attack him a little bit, and just to see if I could roll off the front. And it actually worked. You can see right there, I just kind of go off the front, and now they're forced to chase because all the guys that are still kind of getting dropped are trying to come back and hop on. So they're not gonna help pull me back, and all the guys that contested for the sprint are now forced to chase me back. And look, I'm already this is 15 seconds in. I'm already have a half a lap gap on them. So the effort was pretty good. Like, I was going pretty deep just to stay off. I kept looking back just to see where they were, but I do end up making it all the way around like 250 meters. Two guys crashed, and then there's another crash. So that was kind of that was a little sketch me out just a little bit, but it was good because there was a crash right there. It was good because I lapped the field after I crashed, and all the officials blew the gun twice. So that means we all had to kind of restart, and not really restart, just get all the guys that crashed, see if they wanted to keep racing, all that, and then they would blow and resume the race. So it was good that I lapped the field before the crash, so that I got my 20 points, and that's a secured first for this race. So that just means that I get to win the second race of the omnium. So I was pretty stoked about that. I'm sitting second overall, right behind Matthew Crabbe, and got one more race, the 1K scratch race. So that's gonna be full gas, all out for 4 laps. We'll see how it goes. So it's been a while. We just finished the second race. That went well, lapped the field, but now we are off. We're about to do my last scratch race, the 1K scratch. So that's gonna be 4 laps, really short. But other than that, ready to go. I'm second in the standings, right behind Matthew Crabbe. And so it's not really, if I win, he just has to get third, and I took jersey. But if he gets second, or if he wins, then I get a guaranteed second. This is race number 3, the 1K scratch race. This was pretty much just the decider, and this 1K scratch race it's a pretty short scratch race. So not as short as other junior scratch races, but still pretty short. So I had pretty much a plan to just go full gas from one corner out and see how long we could hold it. So that's pretty much what I did. I had Michael Perez. He was sitting on my wheel, so you could see here that I just dropped down pretty quick, and I'm trying to hold him off, but Michael Perez is just gonna stick on my wheel. And the thing is, I went too early. I should have just I could have gone this early, but I should have just pulled up with 2 to go.
like swung up high and had Michael pull once or twice to see if I really wanted to win. But I just stayed in the sprinters lane and pretty much just gave Michael a free ride. So that was the only downside. But we had a pretty good gap. We had to Matthew had to pretty much close us down pretty quick, but it was pretty hard with just one gear, and we all had the same gearing. So if I was doing 140 cadence, he would have to do like 150 160 just to close the gap. So that was kind of tough. But we're going pretty hard. You can see in the rear cam, Michael's going all out just to come around because that gearing really hurts. He dropped down pretty quick. I kind of had to turn on the brakes, got a little sketched out. But other than that, it was a pretty hard effort, the 4 laps. But he just took it. He came around me pretty easily on that last turn. But Matthew got third. I got second. So he took the jersey because I needed to win and he needed to get third. So he took the overall national champs jersey. But I got second. I was pretty stoked for a week of training with Rahsaan and Cedric. So I was pretty stoked about that.